Yes, just 11 hours ago, isn't it? Just about 12 to 14 hours ago, we had seen one ODI end involving India. Now we are seeing India versus Sri Lanka. That was originally going to be held on 12th, and the two major news that I will tell you: the weather is sunny. Chances of rain towards the evening, most likely. Most likely.
7 p.m.
That's what they say. 7 p.m., 8 p.m. onwards, there might be rain. But yesterday also there was threat of rain. It didn't happen for that period. It happened prior to that.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And there is no reserve day for this game. There is no reserve day.
I love how we have to clarify that.
Yeah.
We don't need to, because there was a reserve day for only one game, and that game is done.
Yep. So today, Sri Lanka are coming into this match having won 13 consecutive ODIs. But against India, they have lost 8 out of their last 10 ODIs. Which means that India do have the wood over them. And the last time they played, it was 3-0 in favor of India. You all would know that I think Kohli hit 166, Shubman I think hit a double. And I think Sri Lanka folded up for 73 in pursuit of 340 or something. That was how bad it was. The only notable performance that Sri Lanka did was in Kolkata, where it needed something spectacular from KL Rahul to help them seal the series. So, India Sri Lanka equation simple. If India win, through to the finals. If Sri Lanka win, boy, then
it keeps the door open for Pakistan.
It keeps the door open for Pakistan. If India win, and if they don't win even by a decentish margin,
they're through to the final.
They're through to the final irrespective. Then Sri Lanka Pakistan becomes a knockout. Whoever wins that are through. So that is the way we are looking at it. Remember, Pakistan always reserve their best for Sri Lanka. They somehow hurt them big time when it comes. So if you are still in for an India-Pakistan final, depending upon the results today and tomorrow, and on the 14th.
Because again, if Sri Lanka beat Pakistan, then that's it. Because Pakistan, their net run rate is taken a beating.
Yes.
Yeah.
From plus 0.749, it's gone to minus 1.892. So
But for today's match, like you said, that India have the wood over Sri Lanka. Looking at past, head-to-heads. But then anyway, with the Sri Lanka squad, they're missing quite a few key members, and that has, damaged them quite a bit, damaged the squad quite a bit. So I think, anyways, India has it's a one-way street here.
I mean, the problem is most of the key bowlers are not there. Bowlers is a problem.
Mainly Hasaranga. Mainly.
Dushmanta Chamira, Pramod Madhushan, then Vanindu, as you write. Vanindu's absence is a massive blow. But I think it's kind of been made up by Chikshana and Vellalage. Vellalage has bowled well in these couple of games that's there, and he might have a role today at the Ketarama. So, in that sense, you will have to see how Sri Lanka cope up with it. But it's not going to be easy, because this Indian batting lineup has shown if all 4 click. No bowling attack is safe in the world.
Yep.
Exactly. The top 4 click, that's always been India's strength. The problem or the worry always is what happens when 1 or 2 of them don't.
Yeah. They've been not clicking more than often in the past few, I would say, months or even years.
Years would be a bit
months.
Months definitely. Because again, you'd remember that KL Rahul playing in ODIs this year has had to rescue you on 2 separate occasions, and he was batting at 5.
Exactly.
Yeah. And had he not rescued you in that Mumbai game, India could very well have been whitewashed 3-0 against Australia. He played that knock in Wankhede, and that's how you saw how Australia performed at Vizag. Within even the half of 50 overs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a T20 match, that match.
Exactly. Head and Green?
It wasn't Green, it was Marsh.
Marsh. Head and Marsh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That Vizag match was...
It was first you have Mitchell Stark tearing through everyone, and then after that you have those two go on an absolute rampage.
Exactly.
So India's problems definitely has been, what happens if the top order doesn't fire. Although, considering the fact that it's at the same venue, I'm not sure what strip they're using, to be told.
It's a different strip, I think. They are not using that same strip.
Because every single day they're having a match pretty much. So kind of makes sense that they would, after a point, just change the strip.
So today the major buzz is that there might be changes. Nikhil pointed out even in the morning and even from the stadium that there might be 2 changes.
What sort of changes though?
There is a possibility that Surya might come in.
Really?
There is a possibility.
In place of Ishan?
I don't know, maybe.
Most likely.
And-
Because you're not dropping KL anymore.
Yeah. And you might get in Shami, either in place of Siraj or Shardul. That might happen. So,
But considering Shardul gives you the batting option, I think
Yeah.
he's undroppable. Maybe they'll risk
And yesterday
Siraj
as
then.
well, he had a few key, 1 wicket or 2 wickets?
Yeah,
One
one
wicket,
wicket,
but
of
but
Rizwan.
involvements.
Yeah.
Because he took a catch also.
yeah,
Exactly.
he took off Shadab, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but Shadab's catch
and
he took and
he bowled
got
a peach
Rizwan.
of a delivery to get rid of Mohammad Rizwan.
That
And
was-
Rizwan, to be fair, anything outside off kind of troubles him.
Yes, yes.
It wasn't an outside off.
It was outside off.
It was pretty straighter.
No, I'm saying anything outside his off stump or near his off stump is problematic because he's very much of a leg-sided player.
Yeah. So those are the changes. And by the way, major update that even Nikhil gave you from the Ketarama, and also the BCCI is officially stated Shreyas Iyer has not regained fitness, and that's why he is not travelled with the team for this Super 4 game. And that's why you're not going to see Shreyas Iyer for this match. Whether he'll come back for Bangladesh, it's 50-50. We don't know anything at this point in time. You need at least 5 days to a week to recover from a back spasm. Because a spasm is very, very painful. Because you lose control of your lower body also, legs in particular. I mean, you struggle to move that also in a spasm. That's why.
And you struggle to move anyway. It's I mean, once you have a spasm, you're just frozen in place.
Yeah.
And if you try to move, it hurts so
It
bad.
hurts,
I
yeah.
would know.
I know, so that's why Shreyas Iyer, unfortunate, again, bad time to get injured, especially when you're building up for the World Cup. But
Yeah.
India, I think now that's the problem of plenty that they have got at this point. So I think they will be not too worried about this current situation. But yeah, yesterday Kuldeep was the standout. I think that was the major X factor
Yeah.
that was there.
Absolutely.
Because if Kuldeep fires and he gives you that penetration in the middle overs, then I think opponents will really struggle to match the 350 that they aim for, 300, 350. It will be very difficult. Australia and England's approach could be dented in this way. If you lose wickets in a cluster,
No, but they bat deep. That's the thing. That's the advantage they have. They bat deep when I say properly deep. I mean, if you're looking at it, recently, a good example would be that England-New Zealand ODI. They were 5 wickets down.
Yeah.
And who resuscitates the innings? Liam Livingstone and Sam Curran.
Yep.
So they have the batting depth to actually ensure that they go hard even if they lose wickets. They know that there are players lower down the order who can do the rebuild job.
Yep.
So I think that's their advantage. It's the same with even Australia, because they'll have the likes of Green lower down the order, and once the likes of Pat Cummins and Mitchell Starc are back fit, they're no mugs with the bat, particularly in a 50-over format where they get some time to kind of see themselves in.
Yep, and remember, today is also the third ODI with Australia versus South Africa at Potchefstroom. So, if Australia win this, they would have won the series, and it will be a massive statement
Yeah.
in the build up to the World Cup. Because if you win in South Africa, if you do well in India, then I think you will have that confidence. But remember, with Australia, it's rather a strange scenario because 2021 T20 World Cup, they were horrendous
In the build-up.
in the build up. 10 matches, they had
Yeah.
lost 8. But look at how they performed in the World Cup.
Turn things around considerably.
And in the toughest group of all.
Yeah.
It's Australia.
Yeah, I mean,
If there's any team who can pull that off, it's going to be Australia.
because if you look at it, look at that group: Australia, South Africa, England, West Indies, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. Every team that can beat any opponent on the given day, and boy, they got through in the top two. They and England. Although England also lost to South Africa, South Africa had only one loss to Australia. Australia had one loss to England.
The
Very
stands are so empty.
And this, by the way, is for Sri Lanka, man.
Ticket
This
price.
is-
Ticket prices.
Oh my goodness.
You are charging about 15,000 Sri Lankan rupees here for a ticket.
For a ticket on a concrete slab.
On
Nonsense.
the lowest,
Yeah.
the lowest slab of the ticket is
So
15,000.
yesterday, a family member of ours who was in Sri Lanka, was Sri Lankan, was
Okay.
pointing out that for India-Pakistan games, the concrete slab tickets, which normally cost 150,
Yeah, wow.
12,000.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
So if you've outpriced the fans, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get empty stadiums.
I mean, you wouldn't expect this in India, even if there were like 100 scams going on. But good for the Sri Lankan crowd as well, that they, next time if there's something like this, the organizing committees will think twice before those,
But the
setting those
ticket
ticket
rates-
prices.
The ticket rates were not decided by the SLC.
Exactly, it was set by the ACC.
PCB.
All right,
They are the hosts, no. So they have decided that, for India Pakistan, let us hike the ticket rates so much that even the locals are not concerned. And the locals in this case, I mean Sri Lanka, because
But they're the only one who's going to take a beating, right?
but it's not their prerogative. They are only concerned that India and Pakistan fans only should come. The locals aren't the Sri Lankans aren't the prerogative at all.
And more importantly, I think nowadays they make so much money from broadcast that truth be told, it should be the other way around. If you're making that much money from broadcast, you can make the tickets cheap to ensure that the accessibility remains. But
yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know.
I said no, greed.
Yeah.
Greed. You want the ticket rates to be high also because your gate receipts can then be shown. Oh, we have got so much of fans. You want your broadcasters also to make money so that they will ensure that
So they pay you money.
they pay you. In both cases, your greed factor is evident. India and Pakistan and greed, it's a match made in heaven. PCB and BCC, and remember the reports are that the PCB was the one who proposed the reserve day thing.
It doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me.
But of course, if you propose a reserve day to get thrashed like that.
Why? Why did you have to do it? If you wanted to get thrashed, you could have very well played on 10th. You would have escaped the thrashing. So, and because of the outrage, I think even Dilan Pereira is like saying PCB had to reduce ticket price by about 80% for this game.
I think he's being tongue in cheek.
I think he is tongue in cheek at this time, but I don't know. See, it's a weekday. Most Sri Lankans don't want to come on a weekday. You will see most of the crowd towards the evening time when most of your work is done. So that's why in Sri Lanka evening time is, that's why you see T20s will get more crowd because it's played from the evening time. But here you will have to deal with the fact that in the afternoon time you won't get people. Even the 2012 T20 World Cup in the evening time, whatever matches began at 4, hardly any crowd. After 7 there would be a crowd. So,
Oh, he's not talking about this game. I think he's talking about India versus Pakistan.
that
is terrible.
That is terrible. That is terrible. So that is why, well, let's see. India versus Sri Lanka. The problem is with Sri Lanka, 8 out of 10 games, the baggage of history is against them. So
Yeah.
that is why I don't see them as the favourites today, although sentimental favourites aside. Practically, if you look at it, India are going to ace it. So, what do we say? Prithvi Patnaik, Bhavan Singh. I think Najam Sethi should have got his answer, and the Spark so-called world-class bowling has been exposed.
No, I don't like this. The second half of your comment. It's not a so-called world-class bowling. It's very much a world-class bowling. Take your Indian flag tinted glasses off for a second and thank your lucky stars that Haris Rauf was not bowling yesterday. That dented them badly.
And also see, Sunil Gavaskar also at this point
he
rated.
submitted a bet where he said that their bowling is really good.
Yeah.
But where their problem always comes, and something we were echoing yesterday, is when their batting has to.
Yeah.
And also their spinners. I have no confidence in their spinning.
Yeah, Shadab is a good T20 bowler. He's not a good ODI bowler.
Yeah, and honestly, yesterday, in the India versus, I can't even say yesterday's match, it lasted 2 days. So, the 2-day match, 2-day international, India the Indian batter just happened to have the wood over the Pakistani bowlers. Doesn't mean that they're not good, it's just that they got outplayed, that's all.
I will base my judgment on the Pakistan bowling only after the end of the Asia Cup. Because remember, you have one game against Sri Lanka. If they do well in that, and if it's an India-Pakistan, India very well can't win against Pakistan, then what do you say? Because it many people are saying it could be a repeat of 2017. First game got absolutely walloped, but in the final they stepped up.
And also more importantly, by the way, a bit of a news update for you regarding the pitch. Now they're using a different strip, but according to the pitch reports doing the round, this is a very different pitch to the one that India-Pakistan were playing on. No grass whatsoever. It's not going to be a pacey, hard wicket. And this particular surface is a lot like the olden days Premadasa. So you're going to see plenty, no grass, and it's going to have an abrasive effect.
Yep.
If I'm Sri Lanka, I look at that and I'm licking my lips. Because actually now, if this kind of a pitch is there, realistically, that's your best bet of getting this.
Yeah.
Three spinners, Dhananjay De Silva, Tikshana and Vellanage.
Exactly.
And the two captains are out, Dasun Shanaka and Rohit Sharma. Let's see if there are any changes in the Indian side.
I think there'll be a couple. Knowing this team, I think there'll be a couple.
I think you should have made the changes around the Bangladesh match.
Ideally.
So Rohit has won the toss and I think he may want to
bowl first.
I'm sure.
And
or he may want to bat.
100%.
No, I prefer, and again, considering there is a rain threat, makes more sense to bowl.
Exactly.
Okay.
But that's,
they're going to bat.
What?
They're going to bat.
I love how they always just do this anyway.
Yeah. So
Fine.
Rohit Sharma's India will bat.
I'd love to hear what he has to say about the decision, because
We'll know about that soon enough. I'm sure
clearly-
we did challenge yourself
Yeah.
and all that nonsense.
he's clearly thinking something that we aren't.
Challenge yourself, look to set totals, all that stuff. I think that's what is going to be said.
Yep. So let's see what are the changes. I think I'll get the team sheet soon.
Look,
Challenge.
That's
What
the
did I say?
challenge you come across
Challenges,
as a sports
processes,
person.
Yada yada. All that.
Challenge process, the most
different
abused
challenges
term.
thrown at you as a player in a team.
Yep,
What are the
yep.
challenges?
This is a self-put challenge. No?
Exactly.
That you want to look to learn how to chase or learn how to set a target rather.
Exactly. So I'm just waiting for the team sheets to come, and whether is he going to indicate any particular changes at this time? I think you should have made changes in the Bangladesh game.
seal qualification.
Seal finals, yeah, and then
And to be fair, Bangladesh at this point are so weak that even Sky would get runs against them.
absolutely. But again, left arm spin
Shakib.
can be a problem. So that's why better to ensure that. Well, please, BCCI, give us the team sheet. I'm waiting for that.
All waiting.
Oh, but I think they're still talking about it. That's why it's going to be.
Yeah, but then sometimes we do get it earlier. It just depends on timings, I guess. I don't know.
Owen?
If they're not sending it,
Refresh
perhaps
them.
no team changes.
I know, but then they always send a team sheet before every match. That's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah. So Rohit is anyway on the cusp of a spectacular milestone.
10,000 ODI. Right?
22 away from 10,000, and yesterday we saw the king.
13,000.
So the fastest to 8K, 9K, 10K,
10K.
11K, 12K, now 13K.
That's the king.
That
Come
is the
on.
king. And ODI format, I mean, he is the boss, whatever you may want to do it. He didn't play for 6 months, but it looks like he never recovered. He never left. That
Yeah,
was the thing.
exactly.
And against Pakistan, big moment, big match.
Stepped up.
When have we heard that before with Virat Kohli? So Virat at this point in time is on a different level
And
altogether.
playing on one of his favorite grounds, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you thought Adelaide was great, the Premadasa is Virat's backyard. I mean, 4 consecutive hundreds now.
Yeah.
And the average, man oh man, it's gone to 591 now.
Oof.
Thanks to not outs.
591, yes. He can do a 5th consecutive. I mean, looking at the way how they are batting, he can do a 5th consecutive at the Premadasa at this
Let's
time.
keep our
Rename the
fingers
Premadasa
crossed.
to
Virat Kohli
here.
Stadium.
Yeah.
Very good.
Anyway, people don't like, I mean, if you ask a local there, I want to go to Premadasa. What? No Premadasa, Ketarama.
Kettarama.
Okay, Ketarama, fine. It's named after politicians. That's why I think they did not like it being called the Premadasa. They liked it by the earlier name of the Ketarama.
I'd love to know what they feel about the Rajapaksa Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, no, Hammantota is his constituency. So that's why it was
Oh.
with the full belief and support that it was taken, and they did it.
That's right.
Mahinda Rajapaksa anyway is a popular leader in Sri Lanka. Whatever many people might say against it, but it was his brother who got them into trouble. So,
correct.
okay, here is the team.
Okay.
Drum rolls, please. So, you have Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, KL Rahul, Ishan Kishan is your wicket keeper that's been designated in that. Okay. Then you've got Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja,
No changes so far.
Shardul Thakur,
Again.
Jasprit Bumrah, Kuldeep Yadav,
Mohammad Siraj.
Mohammad Siraj. No changes.
No changes.
No
Very good.
changes in the Indian lineup, which is a good thing.
Yeah, very, very good.
Good for we love stability.
Yes. So no Surya Kumar, no Mohammad Shami, no,
even
Axar
Tilak Verma
Patel.
potentially.
No, but wait.
No, show me.
There is, I think Shardul is not.
Show me.
I think Shardul has replaced Axar. I mean, he's
Axar
out.
has replaced-
Axar has
Axar
replaced
has
Shardul.
replaced Shardul.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Actually, yes, they brought
Ah.
in Axar for Shardul because, as he said, spin friendly.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
So I think that's why they've gone for that.
Yep. Only one change. Axar in for Shardul.
Which again kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Because again-
why do they have to do it in this particular? Why can't they just?
Yeah, why can't they? Yeah, exactly.
It's causing so much confusion.
What did they write?
So they'll write the team order, but then look at the batting order. That's what causes confusion.
Yeah.
It happened last time also.
Shardul is 15.
Exactly. That
Exactly.
means he's not playing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't they keep it normal? Name Axar as 8 and then.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
That makes more sense because again, you'd think that if you're reading the team sheet, then in that order, the last 4 are, the ones who are left out. But no, Akshar Patel's name is down there, his batting order is 8.
Exactly, what the hell? But yep, no changes in the Sri Lanka team, the team that beat Bangladesh, that remains the same. So this is your team for Sri Lanka. Pathum Nissanka, Dimuth Karunaratne, Kusal Mendes, Sadira Samaravikrama, Charit Asalanka, Dhananjay De Silva, Dasun Shanaka, Dunit Vellalage, Mahish Tikshana, Kasun Rajita, Matisha Patirana.
No changes here.
They're not going to expect any change.
Yep. No changes in the Sri Lanka team. But they can't make any changes because where is the other?
They don't have anyone to make changes.
They've got like 3 or 4 players out injured.
Exactly.
So it's in no way possible that they can actually make any kind of changes. And I think, truth be told, this team combination, even though it's a little bit makeshift, has worked for them.
Yes.
Although they've had to really work hard for it, because again, if you're looking at someone like a Dasan Shanaka, he's actually in recent times been pulling his weight a lot more with the ball than he's been with the bat.
Yeah.
His batting form has fallen off a cliff, but his bowling form has been pretty good.
Yes.
That's
Last match he got 3 wickets.
Yeah, he did.
That's the job of an all-rounder, isn't it? At least you have 2 skills to contribute to.
Yeah.
One doesn't work, the other does.
So you're going to play 3 spinners, 3 left-arm spinners. One is a wrist spinner, 2 quick bowling machines in Ravindra Jadeja and Axar Patel.
I mean, Axar, considering he mostly bowls an arm ball as his top ball, is as good as an off spinner.
Are they concerned about the over rate?
I don't think they're concerned about the over rate.
That's why they want to. That's it. Finish an over in 16 seconds.
If you were concerned about over rate, yesterday, the first over after resumption, you'd have bowled a spinner. Who did you bowl? Shardul Thakur.
But he got your wicket.
He always gets you wickets.
Yes.
That's neither here nor there.
Yep.
That's the beauty of Lord.
That's Lord. Lord keeps the rain away also. So that's how it is. So one change in the Indian team. It's Shardul Thakur out, Axar Patel in. The horses for courses approach. And remember, even in the Sri Lanka team, there are 3 spinners.
There's Dunit Vellalage, there's Dhananjay De Silva, and of course the mystery man
Tikshana.
But I hope he's recovered from that finger injury, because he did suffer that finger injury and he struggled with the carom ball.
Yeah, he was not able to bowl the carom ball as consistently. So that was a bit of an issue for him, no doubt.
Exactly.
But so India batting first, and you're going to have to be contending with Tikshana in the power plays.
Yeah,
but I think this bowling lineup, you have to treat them with a bit of caution, because
of course, I'm not underestimating them.
But somehow I think this bowling lacks a bit of penetration.
I think the one bowler who they'll be a little fearful of really would be Patirana. Slingy, very accurate with his Yorkers.
Yeah.
Yep. And even Rajita can get that skid.
Yeah, but you're right with Rajita, but I think they would have been more concerned if what was his name, Chamira, and what was the left armers?
Pramod Madhushanka.
Madhushanka, I remember, troubled Kohli considerably last time around.
Oh, yeah.
His wicket also.
Just 2 balls. I mean, one he tried to play, he let it go. Other came, swung back in, dismissed.
Yeah, so I think Madhushanka would have been a bigger danger in these circumstances. But you're right, Kasun Rajita has also been, I think, very underrated so far in this lineup.
Very.
Because I think a lot of the plaudits have been stolen by Tikshana, Vellalage for sure, and of course Patirana, who, by the way, after a shaky start to his ODI career, recently has looked more at home in the format.
Yep. I mean, he's, I think, level with the highest wicket takers in this Asia Cup. At this
he's up there.
I think he is tied with Haris Rauf, if I'm not mistaken. So, Patirana will be the key. And remember, Sri Lanka chasing. With the pitch at the Ketarama like this, it's going to get very difficult for them.
Yeah, but I think it will also play into the hands of their batters. None of them are, aggressive for the most part. They like taking their time.
Except Dasun Shanaka.
And by the way, Shanaka's form has fallen off a cliff with the bat.
Yeah, and now that Sri Lanka will have, a target set, that will make it easier for the batters to adjust their strategies.
Because even the same problem, I mean, Pathum Nissanka can be a good option, he can be aggressive. But Dimuth Karunaratne, unfortunately, does not give me that. He's that old school guy.
Yeah, he's the grind them down kind of batter.
And then you have Kusal Mendes, who blows hot and cold every single time. One match it will be great, other match it will be bad. Kusal Mendes, that inconsistency is there with him. Then
I think Samaravikrama has been one of the more quieter, consistent batters during this tournament.
He does average 49 at the number 4 position, Sadira Samaravikrama. But
wow, India could do with the number 4 like that.
I mean, if Iyer is fit, Iyer did average 55.
Yeah, Iyer's average is good, but the problem with him is that, fitness.
Yeah, so that's the thing. But Sadira Samaravikrama, yet again, he isn't aggressive, like say for example like a Butler or a Marsh or a Green.
He's not that.
Those are very high standards, by the way.
Yeah, that's where I think your Sena countries have a slight edge because everybody can bat in a very high gear.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at even South Africa, their 3 and 4 are the likes of 4, 5 in fact are the likes of Makram and Klaassen.
And
And
you've got
Miller.
Rassi
What-
Madhusudhan.
Yeah, what sets them apart is the intensity of which they bat with.
Yep,
And
yep.
in the case of Klaassen, his ability to play spin.
Oh yeah.
Phenomenally good against spin bowlers.
Wasn't that Rassi?
Klaassen.
Klaassen.
You remember in the IPL,
Yeah.
in some very tricky pitches on Hyderabad, he was tonking
Yeah, he
spinners.
was.
In fact, if I recall correctly, didn't he take apart Rajasthan Royals?
I think he did take out UZCL.
Yeah, UZCL, that one match where they bowled a no ball in the last Sandeep Sharma, no?
Sandeep.
Oh, yeah, Sandeep Sharma no ball.
How could you
yes, yes.
forget
I think that
that?
was this guy Samad, Abdul Samad.
It was Abdul Samad who bowled,
Yeah.
he was there, but he came and finished it.
Finished it,
So
yeah.
the lot of the damage had been done by Klaassen.
Klaassen, yeah.
Carlson.
You're about to say,
Yeah.
see, so karma can bite you back hard, Shane. So, yep, Heinrich Klaassen, yes, but
Klaassen, Makram, Rassi, that's a good middle order.
and Miller.
And Miller.
Killer
Actually,
Miller.
actually, where they look a little shaky at times is their opening. Temba blows hot and cold.
Yes, unfortunately, Temba Babu.
But he's been in half decent form during the Australia series.
Yep.
Got some 50s and all.
Yeah.
But again, look at King Kohli's record, 10 centuries against Sri Lanka. Ooh.
I think that's also testament to just how much you play Sri Lanka.
Yeah, but then see,
Oh yeah.
but you remember he came in that period of 2008 to 12.
No,
where
you
they
were playing Sri Lanka a lot even then.
see, 14 they came in as a stopgap arrangement because West Indies pulled out.
From the mid 2010s, as in like from 10 onwards, you
Yeah.
had a glut of India Sri Lanka series.
You have not played them regularly since 2017.
But that's true for tests.
And also ODIs.
Mostly
19
T20s.
Yeah, 19 they didn't play. They played only the World Cup. 2020, 21 they played
21
three
they did
ODIs.
second string team.
Yeah, because India were in England also at that
Correct.
time. So that is the situation. So the
But
problem
again,
is
2022 you played them in 23 you played them in 3 ODIs and 3 T20s.
Yeah.
I think that was the first full white ball series in a while.
in a while, yeah, 6 years later.
Correct.
That's the thing. So he did start off very poorly against Sri Lanka, but then after
But
that,
that was also the time when Sri Lanka did have some top operators.
yeah, you had Kulasekara, you had Malinga, you had Tilan Tushara who was also there, and you also
They had their mystery
Dilhara
spinners
Fernando,
also.
you
your
had
mystery spinners also. Mendes.
Murli,
Yeah.
Who's that other fellow here? Suraj Randev.
Randeep was there, yes.
For a brief while, Sainanayake.
Sachitra Senanayake.
They had a lot of spinners.
Yep, they did, and oh boy, Marwan Samson Atapattu, what a
He looks so different now.
yes,
It's very different, huh?
yes. He was not well.
Is he in any way related to Chamari Atapattu?
No, people assume that a lot, but that's not the case.
Spelling is also different. I mean, it's like
No,
common.
because I've heard of him for the first time, but I know Chamari
Yeah, but then
Atapattu.
Chamari is someone who played in when you were born, so makes sense.
Yeah,
Marvin was like early 2000s.
exactly.
Yeah, 90s. He started in
Acha,
1992.
he's Atapattu. Chamari is Atapattu too.
This is Atapattu. Marwan Samson
she's
Atapattu.
Atapattu too.
Yeah. So it's like Sharmas. Not all Sharmas are related. Not all Kumars are related. Atapattu
I
is
know,
quite a common name in.
And not all Yadavs are related either.
Exactly. All the see, for example, Jayavardhanes. There are a lot of Jayavardhanes, Jayasuryas, and Atapattus in.
Isn't there a Jayasuriya right now in the test team?
Yeah, Prabhat Jayasurya.
Prabhat Jayasurya, yes.
He's not related to Sanath.
At all.
Yeah.
And not the actor either.
Yes, he isn't related. That was so strange. And then you had Prasanna Jayavardhane, the keeper, but he wasn't
Prasanna.
related to Mahila
Yeah,
Jayavardhane.
yeah.
So, in that sense, I mean, very few brothers have played for Sri Lanka.
I can't recall too many.
I mean, Ranatunga Arjuna Ayya was there as the leader of the time, but his brother was in administration. Nishant Ranatunga. So that's why. Apart from that, Muralidharan, no brothers. Mendes, no. I mean, for example, Kusal Mendes, Ajanta Mendes, or Jeevan Mendes. They are not related to each other.
This is all Mendes.
They are all part of the same clan. For example, if you look at Jeevan Mendes and Ajanta Mendes' name, it's Balpavaduge Ajanta Winslow Mendes. But for Jeevan, it is Balapavaduge Marakul Surya Amit Jeevan Mendes. Balpavaduge is a common clan that they belong to. Same with De Silvas. Vanindu Hasaranga is real name. Pinnara Vaduge Vanindu Hasaranga De Silva. Same. Pinnara Vaduge Aravinda De Silva. P.A. De Silva.
It's the clan.
It's the clan.
Correct.
Clan relations exist, but not blood relations in that way.
So we can take a few comments now because again, I think not much to debate about either of the teams. They've been pretty consistent. which is
India have
kind of
employed bowling machines in Axar and Jaddu.
Axar and Jadeja.
1 minute overs, they'll all bowl 1 minute overs.
See, with this kind of this thing, you could have had yesterday's estimates.
Is it?
No, yeah, why not? If you have 3 spinners, remember yesterday's estimate 618.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, Chaturanga de Silva, yes.
Oh yes, Chaturanga and Vanindu are
Vanindu are brothers.
Correct.
Yes. Correct, Dilan Pereira.
Brothers or cousins?
Brothers.
So they're brothers.
Why are their last
Brothers.
names different?
No, because Vanindu Hasaranga de Silva,
Yeah.
Chaturanga
Okay,
Silva de Silva.
I didn't know
His
that.
real name is Pinnara Vaduge Vanindu Hasaranga de Silva.
If you search for his profile on Don Bradman,
Yes. On Don
I'll
Bradman.
tell you this joke afterwards.
Okay.
Yep.
So anyway, let's see. We'll take a few comments. You have Akash Bharadwaj saying they should have tried Shami. Also needs game time. Forget number 8. To be fair, maybe they'll do that against Bangladesh.
Bangladesh, maybe.
Could have.
But actually, seeing the way things are, I don't think they're going with Shami as a first choice. Huh?
No,
If you're going
no,
with
you're not.
Shardul at 8, then Bumrah and Siraj look to be your preferred pacers.
Pacer, yeah. Because it's clear from the intent. Looking at the pitches, it will be a straight swap between Shardul and Axar.
Exactly. Freaking Awesome points out that don't you think our spin attack is a bit monotonous because all our left arm bowlers, I mean, they're different kinds, but I get your point because Akshar, Jadeja are exactly the same. We need someone like Ashwin or Washington to provide the variety without compromising 8. I remember vouching for Washington, but again, same problem. He's barely played much.
Barely played, and also because of the field settings and the template by which ODIs are played, I think off spinners are a dying breed
But in
ODIs.
Washington, you could have still used him. You know why? Because he's more of a darter. B, he's someone who operates in the power play. Would have given you a different option against some left-handed openers. Could have done that.
Even Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid talked about this, that they were initially going for, ideally they wanted an off spinner, but then they were going for the perfect team combination.
But I do agree with
Yeah.
Siddharth, in today's day and age, you don't really need off spinners in ODIs.
No, why I said this field settings, 4 fielders.
Exactly, that one less fielder
Yeah,
outside the circle.
it's actually dimmed the off spinner's ability to attack. So you are reduced to a containing bowler.
In fact, not just off spinners. Then I would argue also that one of the reasons why you don't see that many part-time bowlers now is for this reason, because that in the middle overs where there's one less fielder outside, you don't get that much of a concession to bowl a few long hops.
That is why Iftikhar struggled, no?
Oh, if Iftikhar was taken to the cleaners,
Yes.
same reason. That's why even I don't think after Iftikhar struggled, they were like, there's no way we're giving a ball to Agha Salman.
Agha Salman, exactly.
Same problem.
See, Sri Lanka, this theory will be tested because you have an off spinner in Dhananjay de Silva.
But even he, by the way, doesn't bowl that many overs.
Yeah.
He's their third spin option at best.
Yep.
Or the main ones. Tikshana, because of course mystery spin and operates in the power play and potentially death. And of course Velalage, because left arm orthodox, takes it away from the right handers, will be very useful against a team like India where of your 8 batters, 6 are right handers.
It's a sad thing that Akila Dhananjaya, he can't bowl because he's been called for chucking twice.
Again, he's had a lot of problems.
I mean, it's a very remarkable story of Akila Dhananjaya because he was bowling in the nets at Palakele. Sri Lanka suddenly needed something because an injury had cropped up in 2012. Mahela Jayawardene spots this guy and then he says, will you play for Sri Lanka? He had no answer. I mean, of course he would want to. Gets a debut against New Zealand within that period. Yeah, so Dilan Pereira, Vishwa Fernando and Nuwanindu. I haven't seen much of Nuwanindu, that's why
But
I
you're
didn't
right,
know.
yeah, they are actually related. Also, speaking of, like you're talking about off spinners, I remember, so even the England team right now, they do actually play with 3 full-time spinners because you have Liam Livingstone, Moeen Ali, and of course your main spinner being Adil Rashid. But that match against New Zealand, they were more often than not using Moeen. They were using him when Rachan Ravindra and what's his name, Mitch Santner were batting, and he got both of them out. So the only time they used Moeen, the off spinner, was when the left armers were operating.
Yeah, but don't remind me of the New Zealand team, and I'm still not able to get over that magnificent video that
announcement. That was very good.
Yes. That squad announcement, I think, is one of the best things to ever happened on the internet. And I loved Daryl Mitchell and Tim Southee's announcements that were made. I got teary-eyed when James
Neesham's grandma, that was also very nice.
That let me teary-eyed because you could see the emotion that was there in Neesham's grandmother. And also a proud mother announcing Will Young. My son, Will Young. So that was a very, very good feeling indeed. But The kids, I mean, oh boy, Matt Henry's
Williamson's
kids.
kids.
Williamson's kids. And
Daryl Mitchell.
Daryl Mitchell, Tim Saudi.
Saudi also.
Mitchell's kids stole the show. I mean, they were like, Daddy Mitchell. Yay! That was such a magnificent thing. But yeah, I wish the rest of the nations learn from New Zealand how to do a feel good rather than a boring press release or an announcement.
Or just a graphic with the.
Just a graphic, yeah.
We don't even get a. Recently we did, but not often.
We get squad announcements made live.
Yeah.
On TV, which they then bungle.
Who did the bungle?
Shubman Gill.
Oh, yes.
Wait, what?
For the Asia Cup, yeah.
The broadcaster announced that Shubman Gill had been dropped.
Oh.
There was pandemonium for 5 minutes. To say that there was pandemonium for 5 minutes would be an understatement.
Yeah.
Because people
It wasn't pandemonium, it was bedlam.
People, including us, went into outrage mode that how are you dropping Shubman Gill on the basis of poor form? Then it turns out he was there after all. They named 3 different squads, by the way, with the third one being right.
Yes. So,
Bedlam.
we are joined by Nikhil from the Ketarama at this point. Nikhil, only one change. Axar in for Shardul.
I think his network's bad.
No, I think, we'll
Yeah,
check
yeah.
on the network soon then.
No, one second, guys. It just takes. Can you see me now?
Yes, we can. So,
Go ahead.
yeah, Nikhil, only one change in the Indian team when we are saying that maybe they could make a couple of more changes. Surprised by that?
I am a bit surprised because I would have thought that at least Mohammad Shami should have got a chance in. I mean, we were even talking about Sky getting a chance. That's understandable. You needed to play Axar because you want to look at him playing certain games. I understand. But I'm a bit surprised that Shami is not playing because, he should be in your scheme of things. You've had, like earlier in that Nepal game, I think Shami played, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
Bumrah had
yes.
gone. Maybe you could have tried doing that. Vikrant, what do you think? You expected more changes?
I thought maybe because they would have wanted to manage the players in terms of the fitness, and I thought maybe Shami might get a chance. It means that they're confident enough of their fitness and their ability, and they also know that this is an important game. If they're playing with the A team, if they win, they make it to the final. Maybe they can experiment with the last against Bangladesh.
Yeah, actually, that's a crucial point which we've been talking about. That firstly, Sri Lanka on a hot streak, 13-match winning streak, and plus there is a 3-way tie right now in terms of points. You have to win this to really qualify for the final. We're going to stand because the Sri Lankan national anthem is playing, so respecting that. I'm just getting back to that point. I think that is important, and we heard from Virat Kohli yesterday after the match, where he went and said that, you know what, I, in my 15 years of career, have never been in a situation where on the same day I'm going back to the hotel and coming back the next day and having to play a 50-over match, that too in one of the most hot and humid conditions that he's ever encountered. This tells you. So with that in mind, I thought they would have made a few more changes. Clearly it's not happened because it's a must-win game in that scenario to want to qualify for the final for the Indian team.
Yep, indeed. And as we hear the Sri Lanka Mata national anthem going on, it's one of the longest, along with Bangladesh. So, yep.
Is it the record longest?
No, it isn't. We have to check out the exact time. I think
But it is
Definitely the top 3.
Generally, like if you have a Bangladesh Sri Lanka match going on, I think you send them about 10 odd minutes before.
Yeah. Because I think
The neutral can go through a bit of a snooze test.
No.
Yeah, the neutral.
The South Africa.
You're not neutral in this game, we know that.
I know that.
He's not neutral.
I'm not at all neutral. So South Africa is also one of the longest. I mean, they play in I think 18 languages. I think that's the
Seriously?
18 languages of South Africa. That's the thing. So yep. But Sri Lanka no changes. But today, if India win, they are through to the final.
Yeah.
Then only one of Pakistan or Sri Lanka can make it.
Then that match is in essence a straight.
Why won't left-handed come into play? Assuming, let's say India beats Sri Lanka,
Yes.
and then Sri Lanka,
Sri Lanka, Pakistan, only one can get to 4.
That'll be a virtual knockout.
And Bangladesh have lost 2. They can at most get to 2.
What if Pakistan? There's a Bangladesh-India game. What if India lose to Bangladesh? Again, I'm just saying, and remain on 4 points. And between Sri Lanka, lose here but beat
Pakistan only
Pakistan.
one
India,
Yeah, if
4 points.
India
That's
beats
simple.
Sri Lanka today, they get to
India
4.
beat Sri Lanka.
Then only one
And
of Sri Lanka or
Pakistan
Pakistan can get to 4.
And Bangladesh have already lost 2, so they can only get to 2 points.
So they are knocked out. Bangladesh are knocked
Will
out.
Sri Lanka go?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Okay. Very complicated. Very complicated.
I'll be doing a
this
review
is-
on
but
that,
yeah.
don't worry.
But look at that net run rate. Yeah. Okay. Again, we have to stop. Now you guys stop.
Yeah.
You guys stop or talk?
Stop or talk.
You stop. You talk.
Acha.
That's better.
Right. So it's a simple equation. If India win today, they are in the final. And then only one of Sri Lanka or Pakistan on September 14th
Will
can
make
get to 4. The India-Bangladesh game on September 15th is a dead rubber.
But quick question, Nikhil, to you before match begins. We see anthems are on for both the teams. There weren't a lot of fans that we could witness yesterday for a big clash. That was India-Pakistan for an extended ODI. Lest we forget. Today, though, what's the turnout like? What's the footfall? Can you give us an idea?
More than what you saw in India, Pakistan. I can show you some fans coming in, Sri Lankan fans as I speak, but very far and few in between, as you can see here. See, all Lankan fans getting in. So, but not too many. I would have expected a bit more. Maybe towards the evening you'll see more people. Yeah. So
Normally that tends to happen.
maybe you'll see in the evening because it's a work day, right? So maybe in the evening when it's cooler, people come from work. A lot of locals, not too many Indians now, because all Indians have flown in to watch the India-Pakistan encounter. And right now the weather is such that I'm so tempted. You see this stall, to be visiting this stall with Sri Lanka's best ice cream. So it's so hot. I may visit it. Hot and humid, but at least we're getting some cricketing action. That is great. So maybe towards the second half of the innings, you'll see more people. But anyway, I think you'll see more fans here today than you saw in India-Pakistan, because of course the home team is playing. A lot of fans will turn up for that.
Very quickly, you want to guess what our resident Lankan fan is wearing? What color he's wearing today?
You can see.
He can see us.
I can see it. Yellow.
Yeah. In
Sri
tribute to the
Lankan
Sri
color.
Lanka team,
Should be wearing blue.
in tribute to the Sri Lanka team of the 80s, their first ODI jersey was not blue; it was yellow.
Of course.
Yes.
We're not surprised at that.
No, 80s of the 80s of the United Kingdom.
See, 80s they were like the Mumbai taxi team. It was like yellow with
You mean the
those black
taxi?
strips.
You mean the taxi union?
Yeah. Yellow Kali Pili. We would call them Kali Pili in Mumbai slang. So.
Anyhow, Nikhil, quick prediction from you before we sort of wrap it up with our set of predictions.
India getting 320. 320.
320.
Or let me change it. I'm going 310. Between 310 and 315, somewhere there. Right, India getting that. And India winning it.
Perfect. Shane?
India win, but I see them getting about 285. It's a different pitch, slightly dry.
295. But Sri Lanka hopefully chase it down.
Hooray!
Just to keep the Asia Cup interesting.
I see.
I think that died a long time.
And not satisfy personal allegiance.
Yes.
That has nothing to do with it.
So say that, na?
Yes.
KL Rahul is the designated wicketkeeper. Gargi, your predictions?
299.
Wow.
Okay. I'll go with 305.
And once again, I'm predicting the lowest score. I'm expecting to lose.
I think you may be right. This is a dry
This
pitch.
is a drier
This
pitch.
is like
There's
the
no grass.
90s Ketarama.
No grass.
Oh,
So they're using a different
Yeah.
script.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Yeah, look at that. Wow.
it's like
Dry.
a brown, dead, benign strip. So 295 for 3, I would say. I don't think they'll pick that many wickets. It's, yeah. Towards the fag end, I mean, I just said Sri Lanka.
Some
just-
assistance for spinners.
it will be very slow. And remember,
Tikshana.
teams, but Tikshana is bowling now. In the evening time, you are having Jaddu, Axar, and Kuldeep. Good luck if you want to capitalize on them on this wicket. I just said Sri Lanka for the heck of it because
Hecko.
it's here. But we know because India won the toss, they won a good toss on this Ketarama wicket. Because
Good toss to win, huh?
good toss to win. It'll get slower and lower as the game progresses. That's why 30 overs of spin you have to contend with, my friend.
Yeah.
From Axar, Jaddu and Kuldeep. Even Sri Lanka have 3 spinners, by the way. Vellalage, Chikshana and Dhananjay De Silva. That's it.
Okay, those are thoughts from
All of us
here in the Sports Today studio. As always, we'll see you next at the mid-inning stage. Thank you so much for giving us company and take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you.